Hello. If you know how to study orthographic views to convert those views into isometric views, then only you will able to use AutoCAD software to draw those isometric views. So it's very important that you must know how to study orthographic views to draw isometric views. And of course, in this video, we are going to study these two things simultaneously. So we'll draw isometric views using AutoCAD. So here new drawing, so start drawing. We are going to convert these orthographic views into isometric view. This is front view and here it is top view. How will you come to know? So listen, we use first angle method of projections. And if it is first angle method of projection, then top view appears below front view. So the upper view is a front view and below front view it is top view. And in front view, front and back are inseparable, but you can say that this is right end of the object, this is left end of the object, here it is top end of the object, and this is base of the object. Similarly, in the top view, this is right end or right side of the object, here it is left end of the object, this is back end of the object, and this is front end of the object. So from front to back, that is width of the object. In the top view, you get width. What is width of the object? Check here. Outermost boundary is a curved edge of radius 35. So diameter is 70. 70 is width of the object. Width is measured vertically in the top view. Length of the object is 60. It is center to center distance. Left edge, extreme left edge is curved edge. Extreme right edge is also curved edge. So center to center distance is given. Add a radius 25 on the left side and radius 35 on the right side. So total length is 25 plus 60 plus 35, that is 120. So 120 is total length of the object, and height you don't get in the top view, height you get in the front view. And in the front view, height is vertical 60 millimeters. Now check here, when you watch such thin strips here, this is a strip, rectangular strip, that suggests you that it is a plate. So if you draw end projectors from that strip, from front view to top view, you get shape of that plate. So this is the shape of the plate. It has curved edges on the left side, right side of given radius, and also straight edges which are tangent to the curved edges. Also there is a strip you can see in the top view, this rectangular strip. This strip suggests you that it is a triangular plate. If you draw end projectors from this rectangular strip, from top view to front view, you realize that end projectors of this triangular shape match with the end projectors of this rectangular strip. That suggests you that this is a triangular plate. So base plate, triangular plate, and in the top view there are two concentric circles. So two concentric circles hint us that it may be a hollow cylinder. Of course, you will have to relate the two views to be sure that it is hollow cylinder. And you know that a cylinder, if it appears circle in the top view, then other two views, that is front view and side view, it is a rectangle. So if you draw end projectors from this outer circle, clearly you get a rectangle here. That means it is a cylinder of height 40 millimeters. And there is the smaller circle, concentric circle here. If you visualize end projectors, that is from extreme right of that smaller circle, if you imagine a projector, and from extreme left point on the circle, if you draw projector, these are end projector, you get dotted lines in the front view. So that suggests you that this is a hole and it is a through hole. So this is how first given orthographic views you must be able to read. So clearly there are three parts: base plate, triangular plate and a hollow cylinder. What this point O suggests you, listen, this is very important. In isometric view, all the three axes appear, all the three dimensions appear. Height axis vertical and length and width axis at 30 degrees. Length and width axis at 30 degrees. With respect to a horizontal line on the paper, length and width axis appear at 30 degrees. But out of those two axes which appear at an angle 30 degrees, which is a width axis and which is length axis, how will you take that decision? And remember, exactly for that purpose that point O is mentioned. So now listen to me very carefully what I am telling you. In front view or in the top view, check on which side point O is mentioned. Whether point O is mentioned on the right side or on the left side. And in isometric view, on that side you should consider width axis. Left side axis is width axis. So in this orientation you are going to measure width in isometric view. Horizontal dimensions in the top view or in the front view, those dimensions are parallel to length axis, and parallel to length dimensions you are going to measure in this orientation. Width, length and height. So left axis is width because point O is on the left side. So length 120, height 60, width 70 in millimeters, of course. So now this will give you rough idea about how much space is required to draw this drawing. So here we have opened AutoCAD, new drawing, drawing 1, and here we are going to draw that isometric view. I don't prefer this grid, so I'll make this grid toggle key off. We want these 4 keys on, as I told you, basically. Dynamic input on, blue colored means it is on, ortho mode on, then snapping reference lines on, and snap cursor to 2D reference points on. Check drop down menu available here in snap cursor to 2D reference points. Keep that entire menu on. Okay. Then here this toggle key, keep it on because it gives you line weight. It shows a line weight in your drawing. So keep it on. And now most important thing, since we are going to draw isometric view, watch here this toggle key. Isometric drafting. Right now it is off. For orthographic views we keep it off. But now we are going to draw isometric view. So for isometric drafting, make it on. So this is very important thing we have studied here. For isometric view, for isometric drafting, keep this toggle key on, isometric drafting. Now check what is available here in the drop down menu. So isoplane left, isoplane top and isoplane right. Now this is very important, try to understand. In each plane there are 2 dimensions you can measure. For example, isoplane left. So vertical axis is height axis and at an angle 30 degrees, that red color axis is, for this isometric drawing, it is width axis. So width 70 you are going to measure in this direction. So height and width, that is left plane in this case, at an angle 30 degrees. Now both these axes are at an angle 30 degrees. So this red axis is width axis and green axis is length axis. Width and length, that is the top plane. This is left plane. And remember, this right plane is actually front plane for us. It is length at an angle 30 degrees and height vertically. Length at an angle 30 degrees and width at an angle 30 degrees. But orientation, try to understand. So how to use this, you will understand now when we'll start drawing. So first we'll make it isoplane top on. So now watch here. check the cursor, that hair cross line. Both these cross hair lines here are at 30 degrees. Both are at 30 degrees. So in this orientation, that is, check a red colored line, that is width axis, and green colored line, length axis. Many students have this confusion in orientation of length, width and height axis, and that is why they make mistakes in drawing isometric views. So be sure about that. Okay, now let's proceed. This is the drawing. You are asked to draw isometric view. So we have already identified parts. So we'll complete the drawing part by part. The circles which are true shape in the front view, top view or side view, those circles when appear ellipse in isometric view, those are called isocircles. So let's focus on the base plate first, one at a time, and you must know what exactly you are drawing. So in the top view, its true shape appears. So here it is edge, circular edge of radius 25 on the left side and circular edge of radius 35 on the right side, and center to center distance is 60 between these two curves. Center to center distance is 60. This 60 millimeter length to be measured along length, but in isometric view we measure length at 30 degrees, and as I told you, from point O on the left side at 30 degrees, that is in this particular orientation, you are going to measure width. So length 60 millimeters you are going to measure in this orientation. So how to use this knowledge, let's understand. Okay. Now what first thing you are going to do is select limit, because right now if you draw a line, check here, then that line you get on the paper 6000 millimeters. So much space is not required. Just now we checked the dimensions: 60 millimeter height, length 120 millimeters, and how much width is required? 70 millimeters. So approximately, just I am adding larger two dimensions, say 120 and 70. So 190, approximately 200 millimeter by 200 millimeter space is required. So we'll set limit for our drawing paper. So type limit, enter, lower end 0, 0, enter, and upper right corner I'll type 200, 200. Of course, will not get exact square face here because it is wide screen, but in proportion to that you will get the space on paper. Enter. Enter doesn't mean that now that space is available here. At this stage also you get it 6000, because you will get that space which you have entered just now by zoom all. So how to do that? Z enter, A enter. And now check here, that much space is available here. If you draw vertical line on paper, check here, it is about 200 millimeters. Now I am not interested in grid mode, so I have closed that grid mode. These 4 toggle keys I have asked you in earlier videos also to keep on. Dynamic input, ortho mode on, snapping reference lines, those green colors dotted line you get, snapping lines we say, and snap cursor to 2D reference point, keep it on. Check what is there in drop down menu. Keep all these keys on in this drop down menu. Also, it is better to keep this line weight key on. So this is what I have told you while solving problems on orthographic views. But now one very important thing, check this toggle key. When you move your cursor to this toggle key, computer tells you that this is isometric drafting key and it is off right now. So make it on, and when you make it on, immediately check the hairlines in the cursor. They have changed their orientation to isometric view. So vertical, that green hairline, that is height axis, and that red hairline is a width axis. I am sure about that, because in orthographic views, watch here. In this orthographic views, point O is on the left side. So left plane or left axis, inclined axis at 30 degrees in this orientation, that is width axis. Okay. So here only two axes right now are available. Which two axes? Width axis and height axis. But check what is there in the drop down menu. Isoplane top. Now check here, in the top view which two axes you get? Length and width. Remember here that red axis is width axis and green axis is length axis. So length to be measured in that orientation. Now check again in the drop down menu, isoplane right. Now when you click on isoplane right, you will able to measure dimensions here, height and length. Here that red colored axis is length axis and green colored axis is height axis. Okay. Now we'll consider first the top plane. So isoplane top. In the top view, shape of the base plate. Okay. So we'll draw that circular edge, but circular edge actually appears an elliptical edge in isometric view. So what to do? Listen, try to understand. In the draw menu, go to ellipse. Check here where is that ellipse. Now go to the drop down menu. Click on axis end, and when you click on the axis end in command bar, you will get that isocircle. Click on isocircle. And now AutoCAD software is asking you to specify center of isocircle. Now we have just started, so anywhere you click it first. So here I have clicked it. Here it is center because it is the first ellipse. So I have selected a center, and now check here. You can draw ellipse of any particular radius. So now its radius is 25. 25. Enter. Okay, right now we are drawing construction lines. So I have selected that, and I'll select thickness for that 0.15. Escape. So this is how I have selected, I have drawn isocircle of radius 25. Okay, now check our given drawing. This arc we have drawn of radius 25. It's not complete circle, but the unwanted portion of that circle we are going to trim it afterwards. Okay, now from center of this arc, parallel to length, remember in the top view it's horizontal line length, parallel to length at distance 60 millimeter, it is center of this curved edge that has radius 35. So let's proceed. Ellipse, check here. In the drop down menu, axis end, isocircle. Be sure that ortho mode is on. If ortho mode is on, you will able to draw lines only in this orientation, that is in red and green orientation. Ellipse, drop down menu, axis end, isocircle. Now check here. Move cursor to this earlier circle. There is center. Now AutoCAD is showing you center of this ellipse. So move cursor to the ellipse, select that center, but don't click on it. Just trace that point, that is get that tracking line, and on this tracking line it is length axis 60 millimeter at distance 60 millimeter from center, 60. Enter. Now you will able to draw ellipse in the top plane. Length, width plane means top plane. What is the radius of this circle? 35. Enter. Thickness is 0.15. Okay. I've selected thickness, keep it 0.15 only. Okay. Now how to draw tangent lines, try to understand. Click on the line, specify first point, tan, enter. Now move cursor to the smaller circle, and actually this is not the point tangent, but it is showing that tangent point somewhere here. Check that tangent symbol. Click on that, and then again tangent, enter, and click on the bigger circle. Now the line we got is tangent to the bigger circle, but it is not tangent to the smaller circle. So again, line, tangent, enter, click on the smaller circle here, and then click on the bigger circle here. So we got the correct tangent now. So twice you will have to draw this line, check the procedure, delete the original line. Okay, once again listen. Line, tangent, enter, tangent to this circle, click on it, and then again tangent, enter to the bigger circle. Now again I have selected line, tangent, enter, and to the smaller circle I have clicked it, and then I have clicked on the bigger circle. So I got the correct tangent. Now remove the earlier tangent, delete. So the shape required is ready now. Now trim the portion, trim, enter. So this is how the unnecessary portion we have trimmed. Now, escape. I have selected this entire shape because thickness of this plate has this particular shape, but thickness of the plate is 20. So select it, copy at distance 20 millimeter. So this is center of that smaller circle. Click on it and move it upwards now. How much you will move? But ortho mode is off. Make it on. It moves parallel to width and parallel to length only, but we want to move it upwards, that is parallel to height. So we'll change the plane. Click on it, and where you get vertical axis, select that plane. And now you are ready to move it upwards. So upwards at distance 20. Enter. Escape. So identical shape upwards at distance 20. Now select line, quadrant point to quadrant point. This is boundary of this curved surface. Now again line, quadrant point to quadrant point. So top surface is visible surface. So portion on the base surface, remember this, two visible lines don't intersect. So here there are intersecting visible lines. We'll have to remove those visible lines. So trim, enter. We'll have to remove the hidden lines. So check here, I've removed it, remove that. Yeah. Use a mouse wheel to zoom in, zoom out. I've removed it. And now escape. This is line to be removed. So click on that or erase. And still there is some small portion is there. Now there is a cylinder, but now not circle but isocircle. So for isocircle, check here, Go to ellipse, click on that drop down menu, axis end, click on isocircle here and check the center. Click on the center, and we don't get that circle in the top plane. That circle must be in the top plane. It's giving you wrong circle. So top plane, check here. This is that diagram, a problem we are solving here. This circle is on the top plane. In the top view it is the circle. So select the correct isoplane, that isoplane top, and now you will able to draw it. Now you will able to draw that circle in the required orientation. So radius 25, enter. Now move this circle upwards. So first we should have, check here, iso axis. Now here it is a length and width axis only. We want height axis. So isoplane left I'll choose. Now copy this object, enter, center as the base point and move it upwards. Height of the cylinder is 40. Type 40, enter, escape. So we got the identical top end for the cylinder. Select line and now quadrant to quadrant. Escape. Again line, quadrant to quadrant. So this is how we have completed the cylinder, but top end of the cylinder is visible. Bottom end, unwanted portion of the bottom end of the circular edge you will have to remove. So trim, enter and check here. All earlier drawn edges which overlap the cylinder, we are going to remove it. Take it. Okay, now the cylinder has a hole. That opening of the hole is visible on the top surface of the cylinder. Top surface, so we'll have to select first of all that top plane. Isoplane top I have selected now. Ellipse, axis end, click on isocircle here in command bar, get the center of the top end of the cylinder, click on that and radius 15, enter. So we got that cylinder. These are edges of the object. Okay, must be thick, but thickness will give later. And now there is a triangular plate. Check here, this triangular plate. It has a width, that is nothing but thickness 10 millimeter. It's not given, so we'll assume it 10 millimeter. It appears half of that 20 millimeters. Check here. If dimension is missing, then in comparison with the other dimensions, you will have to assume the missing dimension. So this width parallel to width axis, that means from the center 5 and 5, that is total 10. 5 on the back side, 5 on the front side, that is total 10 millimeter thickness I am going to measure. So check here. Line. First of all, locate center, and from this center parallel to width 5, enter. So this is start point, and parallel to width that 10 millimeter thickness, enter, measure. So this is thickness of the plate. Now from this end up to the cylinder, up to the cylindrical surface, you are going to draw that edge. So extend it slightly and then trim the unwanted portion. Because ortho mode is on, you will get this line parallel to length axis. Check length axis in the sense, check the hair cross, that green line is length axis. It is top plane, means length and width available here. These two axes are available here. Now trim, enter and trim that portion. Now line. Now we are going to draw vertical edge, because this triangular plate, when it meets vertical surface of the cylinder vertical surface is curved surface, you are going to draw line vertically. But with this plane you will not able to draw that line. So click on that. Isoplane left, the reason is a vertical axis is available there. So now from this point up to the cylinder, so enlarge it and draw slightly longer line, and that extra portion we can erase it afterwards. Or height of the cylinder 40, so you can type 40 in command bar and enter, that also you can do. Okay, so now I'll trim it, enter. Escape. Line. Now I am ready to complete that triangle. So this is how that triangular surface I have completed. But one more line you will have to draw. We can copy this line, copy, and this base point of that line I will shift 10 millimeters backwards. So this is the triangular plate. But on visible surface of the triangular plate, the earlier drawn lines you are going to erase. So trim, enter, remove it, remove this line, remove these lines. Now check here, small portion here is that is to be. So zoom in, select that line and delete. Escape. So this is how we have completed the drawing. Now center lines, if it is curved edge, center to be established by drawing center lines. But before that, I'll give thickness to these boundary lines. So 35, okay, 0.35 thickness I've given. Now match properties, and now I'll draw center lines. Try to understand. Line, establish the center first, don't click it, but we should use a top plane. So select top plane first. So isoplane top, and now line. Track that center, don't click on the center, just track that center parallel to length axis, click it and then extend it. So this is center line. So let's select it as center line. There is no center line in the type of lines. So here I load that center line. So other, load. Check where you get that center line. Here it is center line. OK and OK. Now this line should be center line. So I've selected center line. I think length of these dashes is longer than I prefer. So I'll select it. Then right click, click on properties and reduce the scale. So I'll make it 0.5, enter, escape. But I think it is still longer than I prefer. So I'll reduce further. So select that, right click, properties, I'll make it 0.3, enter, escape. And now I think it's okay. So this is my center line. Now one more center line which is parallel to width axis. It is top surface. So axis center lines must be length and width. In the top view, length and width appears. So line, get the center first. Track that center now. Bring cursor on the center. Keep it there for a little longer and then track it. Just move your cursor little outside the boundary of the circle. And this is how you draw the center line. Now original center line, match its properties to the newly drawn line. So this is how I have drawn the center lines for the top circle. Similarly, axis of the cylinder. So line, get that center of the circle. Now vertical axis you want to draw, so you will have to change the plane. So click on it, isoplane left, because your vertical axis is available. Now move cursor to the center. Move cursor to the center. Keep it there for some time. This is intersection, but that is nothing but the center of the circle. Move it, track it little upward, click it, and then from the center of the lower circle, correct? Click it, slightly longer than the center. Similarly, here get the center, move cursor to the outer curved edge, and computer will show you center of that curved edge. So now move cursor to the center. That center of the circle is nothing but midpoint of that 10 mm thickness of the rib. So keep cursor for some time there and track it. Slightly outside the curved edge, click. And check here, you don't get that center line passing through the center because ortho mode is on, and you will have to select now top plane. So isoplane top, and now you are ready to draw it. Check it. It should pass through the center here. This point, check here. This point is the center of base circle. Escape. Match properties. Also line, track that center. Center line, match properties. So this is how we have completed the drawing.